everybody, and welcome to Speaking of Sustainability, the show where we introduce you to the leaders and change agents making a difference in the sustainability space. I'm your host, Colleen Falicki. After starting my composting business in 2017, I quickly realized that our communities are looking for more ways to be sustainable in their daily lives and to support eco-friendly businesses. I'm so excited to introduce you to some sustainable superheroes as we all look to make our planet a better place for years to come. Dancing along with that. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to Speaking of Sustainability. We are here. This is our third episode. I'm so excited for you to be here with us. Thank you again for all the love, for following, sharing, and liking our show and sharing about sustainability in our communities, which brings me to the fact that up to 90% of the energy used during a washing machine's cleaning cycle goes into heating the water. So recommendation for everyone would be to use the cold setting so you can avoid the energy being used with the heat setting. Wow. So that's a big change that we can all make. And I'm excited to introduce you to our guest today. I'm super excited because we've been talking about this for a while and I've been wanting to get her in front of all of you. I'd like to introduce you today to Natalie Lennick. She is the founder of Green Ablutions. Welcome, Natalie.
Thank you so much for having me today, Colleen.
Yeah, thanks again for joining me and for being here and sharing your story with everyone. Super excited. I don't even know where to start. But I actually wouldn't just start by asking you to tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So my name is Natalie Lennick, and I am the founder of Green Ablutions. We make plastic-free shampoo and conditioner bars. And I started the company back in 2019, right before this fun pandemic that we're all still trudging through. And it's been a really great journey for me. It's been so awesome and empowering to see, the company grow, and to get so many more people involved in making sustainable choices.
That's wonderful. That's awesome. So, which brings me to, how did you get started on your sustainability journey?
I like to consider myself as somebody who's kind of always been an environmentalist. I remember, back in elementary school and doing reports in 7th or 8th grade on recycling and alternative energy back before it was, I'm dating myself, but in the mid 90s, we didn't exactly have electric cars and a lot of these things as readily available as we do now.
Absolutely.
And we didn't even have I'm in Montgomery County where you are as well. And most municipalities in Montgomery County didn't have recycling programs in the mid to late 90s. In fact, it wasn't until very recently that every municipality in Montgomery County even had its own designated recycling program.
Yeah.
So, stuff like that. I remember I went to college at Villanova. I'm local. And my undergrad degree is in mechanical engineering, and my senior project was a solar-powered water filtration station. And we worked on that. And I love the idea of, doing something better for the earth. And I got a job after college. And my very first job, it was a very difficult job market. And I actually went to work for a company that made equipment for coal power plants. And
oh, wow.
I worked there for about a year, and it really opened my eyes as to how environmentally damaging, some of these fuels that we're using can really be. Being there in the front lines, working on the equipment, working at the power plants, and seeing how much it weighs on the people that work there and how damaging it is to their health and the people that live around the power plants. So I changed careers a little bit. went into pharmaceuticals, where I got to work on a second love in robotics, and did that for a long time. And then in 2019, I was able to make a different career choice, and I chose to do something better for the planet.
Wow, that's quite a journey. I actually have never heard that before, that story before, but yeah, thank you for sharing it. You kind of had an inside look as to what was happening, what's happening that is, not good for our environment, and how we need to change these things. So, wow. So how did you then transition? Why did you decide to, well, tell us first what it is that you're doing, your company, a little bit about your company, and then I guess why you decided to choose to do that.
So it kind of came out of I'll kind of start with why I did it.
Mm-hmm.
I started Green Ablutions because, as you can see, I have a lot of hair. And one of the things that I struggled with in 2019, there was this big report that came out in Philadelphia about them burning their trash and recycling. And in Montgomery County, right next door, we are also burning a lot of our trash and recycling. And I really thought that we had gotten past and become better stewards of the earth. So seeing those issues in the paper as still being problems that we're not recycling properly, we're not even recycling, we're just burning it, and seeing those issues made me want to use less plastic in my life and in my family's life. Mm-hmm. And there was a lot of things that I could do that were easy changes, right? Like we didn't use a lot of disposable plastics in our household to start with. We didn't use plastic plates or paper plates or mm-hmm. plastic cups or whatever. So I tried to reduce what I could. And one of the things that, family of four, we go through a lot of soap and shampoo. And I started looking for options that would use less plastic. And I went through probably 5 or 6 different shampoo bars. Mm-hmm. And I just couldn't find anything that really worked with my, long curly hair. A lot of them were soap-based, which is really bad for your hair and just strips it out and leaves soap scum. And others just didn't work. They didn't keep my hair as clean or as soft or manageable. So I started looking into options to, what could I do for myself, and started playing around in my own kitchen and came up with some options, and then started working with, looking at ways as how I could get something like that to market.
Wow. So you were using it. Who are your test subjects? Was it your family, friends?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. And they gave you the feedback that you needed to tweak it,
yeah.
Kind of make it.
Yeah. I shared the products with a lot of my friends, with family, my own 2 kids, or constantly trying it, and got to a product that really worked for everybody.
That's great. I know earlier we were talking a little bit about this, but share the stats for your product. How many shampoo bottles, if you use your product, how many, I guess, plastic bottles are you reducing just by using one shampoo bar?
So each bar is equivalent to about 3 regular size plastic bottles worth of shampoo. And I can show you.
That's what they look like right there.
Yep. You got it up on the screen. That's great.
Nice.
Yeah, these little guys.
Wow. So.
And they're great for travel too.
You're saving, one person can save up to 12 bottles essentially a year of or more of depending on if you use conditioner as well, right?
Yes.
Or what kind of hair products.
Exactly.
Wow, that's staggering. You're definitely making a huge dent in the amount of plastic just by that alone. Do you have any suggestions for someone, I guess, just getting started on their sustainability journey? Like they're just realizing, like, I want to do something different. I don't know how to get started. It's overwhelming. That's a lot of people tell me it gets overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, I say start small, but it's always great to get feedback or suggestions from folks that are doing it. So what would you say to someone who said, I'm feeling overwhelmed? How do I tweak things to, use less plastic, or make a difference in my household? I don't want to continue the way I'm doing it now.
Well, Colleen, between the two of us, it's a great start right there. Composting, if you're able to, if you have the space, for people in apartments, there are services like Colleen's company, Back to Earth, that will, take your organics and send them to places where they can be composted. And if you have a yard or even a balcony, it's possible to compost at home. And that you can create this really nutrient-rich organic material that you can use in plants and shrubs, and it's invaluable in the garden. I have a compost pile in my backyard. I have a bin that I use, and the kids love. They fight over who gets to take the stuff out. At the end of the day.
That's great to hear. I wish my kids would fight over that these days.
Something about being able to throw it, into the pile. It's
right.
It's very entertaining for them. Yeah.
That's great. And your boxes are compostable, right?
Yes. So all of our packaging is paper-based packaging. So you can either curbside recycle it if that's available to you, or you can just throw it in the compost bin. The inks that we use on the packaging are all water-based inks. With vegetable dyes, so everything can go right into the compost bin, and your shampoo box can become part of your garden next year.
Love it. That's so great to hear. Like, it's zero waste. That is zero waste right there. Fantastic. I love hearing this.
It's really important to start small. Like we talked about, what are some easy things you can do? Just buying your fruits and vegetables at the grocery store without a bag, or bring a reusable bag, right? That's one less plastic bag that's being used. Little things like switching over to shampoo bars or to soap instead of body wash replaces plastic. There's lots of different cleaners that you can use that they have now, that there are little tablets or concentrates for refillables.
Nice.
Instead of, buying another bottle each time. We're really, really lucky in this area to have lots of refill shops.
We are.
And so grocery stores that also have, areas where you can go and buy materials in bulk. And it could be, just pretzels or chips or just your regular snacks, right? And buying them in a reusable bag or in a paper bag, as opposed to the plastic, that's the laminated plastic chip bags that are, not really recyclable. Like that.
Great point.
That you use and bring into your house, and how you can reduce the amount of materials that are going out into your trash or into your recycling.
So taking notice of what's going into your trash currently and your recycling, and figuring out ways where you can do away with them or reduce them altogether, or use an alternative that's reusable. Nice. I wanted to go back and ask you real quick about the your bars. Tell us a little bit about the scents of the shampoo bars and the conditioner bars.
So our best-selling bar is the Moroccan Argan Oil shampoo and conditioner bars. These are great. This is what I personally use. They're great for anybody with dry, rough, coarse hair, especially for curls. They're just wonderful. They add a good amount of moisture and shine. We also have
my favorite, actually.
We also have a peppermint line, which you had up on the screen a second ago too, and those are really great for people with oily scalps. Peppermint is a natural astringent, and it really helps give you a good clean, and adds a nice amount of shine as well. And then we have some what I would call like seasonal scents. We have an ocean scented bar and
I haven't tried that yet.
We have a key lime coconut bar. which is really great for the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And this past fall, we did a pumpkin spice, which was really well received. So I think we'll be doing that again later this year. But our newest bar is a lavender vanilla. It's called Vanilla Dreams. And we just came out with that a couple months ago, back in November. And that's been
lovely
too. Yeah. It's
Try not to eat that one. It sounds like something you would eat, right? Oh.
Please don't, though. Well, good enough to eat, but please do not eat them.
I won't. I promise. What's next for the brand? Do you have any plans to branch out into skincare or anything else?
I absolutely would love to. I do have plans. Obviously, adding to our core line is important. But I look at what my customers are asking for.
Mm-hmm.
Customers have reached out asking for soap. That's something I'd love to do, like a matching bar of soap as well to go with the shampoo and conditioner bars. Also looking at bringing out a line of dry shampoo as well.
Ooh, very nice.
It's really important to have a dry shampoo that you can trust, especially the past couple weeks. There's been a lot of problems in the news with some of the big brands of dry shampoo having some carcinogens in them. So
I saw that, and yeah, it would be nice to have alternatives.
Yeah. So those are a bunch of different things that I'm working on, but all good things coming soon.
Love it. Well, make sure to follow Natalie on Instagram at Green Ablutions and Facebook, correct? Are you on Facebook as well?
Yeah.
Nice. Scrolling across there. All right. And we're going to wrap it up here shortly, but I have one more question. So tell me something that you feel, I guess many people aren't aware of when it comes to sustainability, or something that you kind of wanted to reiterate that you may have said that you want to expand upon.
So I think it's really important that when you're looking to make better decisions and be more sustainable, it's really important to understand that it's okay to be an imperfect activist. If you look at, social media, you'll find thousands of personalities on Instagram and Facebook, and they are zero waste, and they have these little tiny, containers, and this is all the trash that they created in 6 months or a year. You don't have to get to that right away. Just everything that you can do matters, but take small steps. There's no reason to make yourself anxious over trying to do the right thing. There might be things that work for you, like composting, or there might be other things that don't. There are lots of different options out there. So it's important to, make smart choices when you can, but don't beat yourself up if, a plastic bag ends up in your house. It's in the long run, you'll be fine.
I feel better already. Yeah.
And there are things that make, there are ways to make small change, like, going to shampoo bars or trying to be plastic free. Electric vehicles are great too. You can even change in Pennsylvania. You can change over your electric supplier so that you can pick to buy electricity from a company that is using green energy as opposed to an oil and gas company. But also take time during the year. We have 2 elections a year, and it's important to vote and make sure that the people you're voting for are looking to push sustainable laws and policies out there, because that's really where you're going to see the biggest amount of change as well.
I'm glad you said that. Makes a huge difference. We all have a voice. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm so glad that we got to record this and share it with everyone. And thank you so much. Thank you for watching, everyone.
Thank you so much for having me, Colleen. I appreciate it.
Bye-bye. Thank you for tuning in to another awesome episode of Speaking of Sustainability. Please follow and support our guests as we encourage you to continue doing your part to make a difference in our global community. And don't forget to rate, like, and share. See you next time.